Hi, I'm Eric Oriana, and I'm a design engineer here at Croft Production Systems. And today we're going to cover horizontal separators and a few components and just go over the main function of them and just give you a better idea of what you're buying through Croft Supply. All right, so let's talk about the three-phase horizontal separator, which is a pressure vessel that separates produced bulk fluids into gas and liquid phases. In this particular unit, we'll be separating oil, water, and gas. As the gas flowing through here starts to build up a level of fluids that are collecting in here, we're going to have two sets of level controllers, side glasses, and dump valves. This first set here, which is this one, this size here, and this dump valve, that's going to be to set the interface fluid, which is water. And then that level is set, which you can do adjustments in the box to where the set point is. The set point is at where it trips the level controller and it sends supply gas to this dump valve to open so that this level can go back down. The same thing can be said about this other side. They have the same function. The only thing that's different from these two is that this box, this first level controller, is a throttle pilot due to the interface fluids, because you don't want to dump out all your water because then your oil doesn't spill over to this side of the vessel. And this other side here is a snap pilot. It's just opening and closing on whatever the set point is. On this side, where the throttle side, it's going to be setting the level, or the set point is going to be throttling. It's not going to open a whole lot. It's going to be just opening as it's going up above that level. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and just go into each component and discuss more details on each one. All right, so today we'll be discussing bell gas liquid level controller, and we're going to discuss what steps it goes through when it's operating. So let's begin with when the fluid in the vessel begins to rise and it goes past the set point, the displacer arm moves up and down. So it's down when it's not floating, but once it goes up into that trip point, it goes up, moving this torque arm, which moves the flapper bar, activating the pilot. The pilot's purpose is to activate and send supply gas to a dump valve to open and drain the tank fluid that has built up. Key features that this level controller offers is adjusting the set point where the dump valve is activated. This adjustment can be simply done by turning this knob here. When you compress balance spring, this will lower the set point on the liquid level controller. And when you decrease the spring compression, that will raise the set point to a favorable set. The next key feature that we can discuss is adjusting the span. So the span is the distance of the liquid that rises to the highest point and lowest point. It's basically a window of where you see it go when it starts dumping and then when it stops dumping. That window is the span. Um, to increase the span, you increase the sensitivity on this torque bar. You can see here that there's numbers here. To increase that sensitivity, you simply loosen this screw here, and then you can adjust that by sliding it over to a higher number. And then if you want that span to be smaller, you decrease this to a lower number. Out in the field, we have seen some issues, and those include either the process temperature is higher than what we've wanted, and you'll see that the floats will sometimes melt or deteriorate. We offer at Croft Supply different float materials, some of those being PVC, acrylic, and stainless steel. Some other issues we've come across are the pressure pilots. And these pilots, sometimes if the supply gas is not clean enough, or you have debris or Teflon flowing through the lines, they'll get caught up in here and they won't function the way they should. A good remedy for that is to always have a spare pilot, whether it being options as snap pilots or throttle pilots. We offer these in Crop Supply if you're interested, as well as the whole level controller. And we sell repair kits for these as well, if in case you just want to break it apart and rebuild it yourself out in the field. We always recommend to have an extra pilot because it's a lot easier just to drop in and replace. Those are some of the key components to keep in hand out in the field that we would recommend. Next, we'll talk about the dump valves. And this particular example is a 1-inch Kimray dump. And Croft Supply offers different materials for the trim, different sizes. And we also offer trim kits, whether it be the stuffing box seals, the body, the bonnet, or diaphragm, springs, different spring ranges. Those are the main components you would want to have out in the field due to any issues that you might come across. It's always good to be proactive and have those parts, those spare parts in hand. Next, we're going to talk about side glass and side glass valves. These side glass valves are sold as a set, and they have a nice safety feature with them. And this safety feature is that they have a check valve inside, or a ball check. And if the side glass were ever to break or something were to happen where it starts to leak profusely, these check valves inside of here will seal off any fluid so that you don't drain out your entire tank. That's a good feature to have. In this particular model, it's going to be a Questec model. We offer these on Croft Supply, very reliable, and they have really good options, different lengths, different ratings. If you're interested in one of these, be sure to check out our website and see what options we have. So these are the three components we talked about today. If you have any questions or need help ordering, feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information is below. And thanks for listening in, and stay tuned in for the next video. Thank you.